going? So in this video I will be sharing trades from my biggest day yet. So 14th of April 2020 marked this day. This was my biggest day up until now. It's kind of hard for me to believe because up until January I was negative. In my first 7 months of live trading I only had one green week, and since February I have been consistent. February was green, March was green, April is way greener than February and March. But yeah, it's going good. So most of my profits from 14th of April, I made $2,000 on 14th of April. And the first like 45 minutes, I made like $1,900 in the first 45 minutes. And then after a couple of hours, maybe 2 hours, I just scalped Amazon again just to make it about 2K. I traded my PNL at the end, but I kind of deserve it at the end of my trading. So I traded Amazon on 13th. So on 13th of April, Amazon had this news that they are hiring 75,000 new workers because everyone is apparently working from home, and they are ordering a lot of stuff from Amazon because the stores are closed, everything is closed. So everyone is binge shopping on Amazon. That's why they are hiring 75,000 new workers. So Amazon is like only stock because the stock market has been on the decline. Like it made a V reversal, but Amazon is one of the few stocks that is near the all-time high. So it kind of touched the all-time high on 13th of April, and 14th of April it broke the all-time high. So there's no levels above Amazon. So the high of the day, the previous high of Amazon was near the 2184 or something like that. And then if you see on 13th of April, because Amazon gapped up, so many people entered long, they entered calls, or many people were holding Amazon from here, and it made all-time high. So the tendency is that it can dump. So if you see at the open, what I think is that this is not a dump, this is profit taking at the open. So if you see this candlestick, many people are holding calls, they are holding long positions on Amazon, so they are dumping their shares at the open because they want to cash their profits, right? So this is profit taking at high volume, and then it squeezed above again. So my first trade comes into play here. If you see that it made this pre-market high of 2210, there was a huge ask as well sitting at 2210. So now level 2 comes into play. The high, I don't remember the exact number, and I forgot to turn on my screen recording on 14th of April, unfortunately. So at this candle, if you see the high of this candle, if you see at the bottom of the chart, there's a high column there. It touched the 2210 level. So at this candle, most of the ask got exhausted, and then I entered at the break of the 2210 here. I entered here, and then I exited all my shares around here. So I made a mistake here because these are like two trades. I entered, if you see, I entered 5 contracts firstly, and then I exited by mistake. I exited all five of my contracts because I always have my sell order ready as soon as I buy because I scalp. And then I clicked my sell order by mistake, and then as soon as I exited, I was like, why did I exit? And then I entered 3 contracts again because I was kind of thinking that I'm chasing now, but I entered 3 contracts again, and then I exited. So these 2 trades, this is kind of one trade, but it's divided into 2 parts because of my mistake. I made like $500 in the first 4 minutes of trading. And then my next trade was on Amazon was a negative trade because like it was a good trade, but it just did not turn out to be profitable trade. So you need to know when to cut your losers short. So I entered at the break of 2220, and then I exited here when it failed to go. I was not seeing the orders I wanted to see on the prints and level 2. So I exited. So I only lost $112 on this trade. I only had 2 contracts as well because I was not that very confident with this trade. My next trade on Amazon comes into play at the break of the high of the day. So it made this high of the day here, and then I entered at 1247. I exited at 1248. So I scalped it from 2221 to 2230 at this level. I was only scalping. I could have held it, but because I saw huge ask at 2230, I just exited all my contracts there. So I made $537 on this trade, and I only had 3 contracts. And then this is one of my best trades. So at 10:15, if you see, Amazon is making this ascending wedge with 2245 as the resistance, and it's making this ascending wedge. And then what I saw on level 2 was there was a huge ask, maybe around 100 or maybe 10,000 shares at 2250. So I was like, Amazon has to test that ask. It won't disappoint those sellers, right? It has to test that ask. So I scalped it. So I entered 5 contracts at the break of 2245 just here. I exited 3 of my contracts at 2250 because I was like, it can reverse here because of the huge ask as well. But the ask got taken off like anything in a matter of a couple of seconds. I exited 3 of my contracts here, and then I held 2 of my contracts and I exited 2 of my contracts here at the top, maybe around 2260 or 2262. So if you see, this is one of the best trades for the day because I've been thinking of partialing. Earlier my size was like 2-3 contracts, so it's not worth partialing if you have only 2 or 3 contracts. But I've been thinking of doing the partial thing if I reach 5 contracts. So I entered 5 contracts at a premium price of 7.84. I exited 3 of my contracts at a premium price of 8.37 at 10.17, and then I held it for 2 more minutes and exited the final 2 contracts at 9.35. So these were my trades on Amazon. There's one more trade. This is just to hit my profit target of 2k. This trade I traded my PNL because up until this point I was at $1,900, 1894 to be precise. So I was done for my day. If you see, I did not trade for the next 2 hours. I was enjoying my day, I was celebrating, and then I saw a good opportunity and I just wanted to make it about 2k. So that's why I made this trade. So this 1220 trade was again the break of the high of the day. You see this high of the day. So I entered at the break, I think at the 1220 candle. I entered here and then I exited at 1223. So I scalped it for 3 minutes, which is a kind of a bit longer than what I usually trade, like 2 to 3 minutes. It's fine. So I made $118 on this trade. I only had like 3 contracts and I traded my PNL on this. I just wanted to make it about 2k. So that's why all my other trades were not based on PNL because I don't even look at my PNL. It's on a different tab. The best thing you can do as a beginner trader is to hide your PNL. And then let's get on to my Tesla trade. So Tesla broke this high of the day. I should not have traded Tesla because I was looking at Amazon. I was also trading Amazon. So I entered Tesla here and then I exited. I made like $500 in this 1 minute scalp because I was fortunate enough to enter just before the break so that the premium spike if the break happens of a strong resistance. So that's what happened with me. I made $500 on like 5 contracts. But I exited way too early because I was also trading Amazon at that time. I could have held this for a couple of more minutes, but because I was trading Amazon, I just got out of all my contracts because I was seeing good opportunity on Amazon as well. And I don't trade 2 stocks at the same time. So I entered 5 contracts, 9.93. I exited 5 contracts, 11.0, $527. So this was my Tesla trade. So in total, I made $2,000 on 14th of April. So these were my trades from 14th of April. So I give myself very good points today, like not only PNL wise, because if you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, I usually post my trades every day. So I blame myself, even if it's a red day or green day, I don't care, but it depends on how I trade. Trading is like a game. Even if you lose, it's fine, but you should know, like you should play with your heart, with all your heart and soul. But today was a very good day. Like I traded well. I don't have any complaints. That Tesla trade, I got out early because I was trading Amazon at the same time. I was looking at Amazon. I was focused on Amazon. I shouldn't have entered that Tesla trade, but the opportunity was good. And this Amazon was trading my PNL, but because I saw a good opportunity. So that's the main thing. If you don't see a good opportunity, it's not worth it. And I was willing to risk maybe $100 on this trade because if I was $1,900 back then, just before this trade. So if I would have maybe lost $100 more here and my PNL was $1,800, you should be okay with that because you're taking risk. If you're taking any trade, you're putting on risk. So you can lose money as well. You have to be okay with that. It's not like if I got down to 1800, I will trade again to make it 2k. No, it doesn't work like that. So fortunately it worked for me. And I waited for a good opportunity. So that's good. I give myself 10 out of 10 points for 14th of April. And I think I kind of deserve this biggest day yet. And if you have any questions, put a comment down below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. And I will be posting, I think, my weekly recap this weekend as well. See ya. Have a good day.